Well, hello again. There's been nothing really to report on for the last couple of weeks or so. I can't see the LCD screen here terribly well, so I hope I'm sort of more or less in the middle. A bit better, mate. Okay, anyway, I set the timer. It's not likely to go for half an hour, this one, but, you know, just in case. So what have I seen in the last 2 or 3 weeks? A lot of complete and utter rubbish, perhaps unsurprisingly. You know, Danny Sheehan is still spruiking his ridiculous alien base under the ocean, you know, off the coast of California, I think, Guadalupe Island. I don't know how you spell that, but last time I looked, Guadalupe was in the Caribbean. It's where they filmed that TV series, Death in Paradise, Guadalupe. Maybe he's talking about a different Guadalupe. He's certainly talking complete and utter rubbish. He comes out with all this alien bases under the ocean, alien bases up in the mountains, without offering a scrap of tangible evidence to support any of his wild claims, his fanciful claims. Now, Lou Elizondo has sort of wandered into the Corey Good, Randy Kramer camp. He showed an image of a reflection of a chandelier. He said was a picture of a huge alien mothership taken from the American embassy in wherever it was. And a few smart people had a look at it, and they figured out that it was actually taken from a hotel. The American embassy was some miles away, and it was a reflection of a chandelier in an office or hotel window. And you can actually see the the shape of the guy's head in the bottom of the image of the glowing stuff coming from the bottom of the alien mothership. So Lou Elizondo is pushing a picture of a reflection of a chandelier on a window as an alien mothership, photograph from the American embassy. Now, Lou Elizondo is not used to pushback. He's used to his fanboys going, oh, Lou Elizondo says it must be true. And of course, none of it is. You know, he says he can remote view. He was the Darth Vader, Guantanamo Bay, you know. Release him, Elizondo. So can we really take anything Lou Elizondo says seriously? We know ATIP wasn't a real program. The director of ATIP wasn't a funded program. We know it's all complete rubbish. You can put a line through Lou Elizondo. Zero credibility. Personal opinion. But now, because he's got a bit of pushback, people are saying this is a bloody chandelier. And and because he's not used to that, so now he's saying, oh well, okay, I was fooled. I was fooled. I'm my own worst critic. I'll say that's a fake. That's a chandelier. But only after it was pointed out to him and everyone was jumping up and down saying it was a fake, it was a fraud, it was a chandelier. He couldn't do anything else, could he? Well, you know, I put that out there in good faith. He looked at that and he could not tell that was a picture of a chandelier. A reflection of a chandelier. Now, either he's the worst UFO investigator in the history of UAP investigation, or he knew it was a fake and he put it out anyway. Like crayon drawings of Arcturan motherships put out by Randy Kramer, and all the drivel put out by Corey Good. He's one of the witnesses in this new hearing, Lou Elizondo. That will give you an idea of the calibre of the witnesses and the calibre of the value of the hearing. You know, it's going to be worthless. So there's him, there's Danny Sheehan. He's not a witness, but he's still putting out all this relentless rubbish. Zero tangible evidence to support any of it. I'm hoping there's a bit of a breeze here. I'm hoping that it's not upsetting the microphone too much. These are my ordinary multifocal glasses. I put them on in the morning, I take them off at night, use them for short range, long range, and I got them so that they go dark with the sunshine. So I've just noticed how cool I look. Because they look like shades. They work extremely well. Okay, so what else did I see? You know, ridiculous alien bases under the ocean. Yes, Ross. I know where there's a huge crashed ET craft. I know exactly where it is, but I'm not going to tell you. Coulthard says that Danny Sheehan is a first-hand witness because he's seen an image of a crashed flying saucer. A flying saucer sticking out of the ground at 45 degrees after impacting at 1,200 miles an hour. Now, Danny Sheehan and Coulthard are both lawyers. Would they accept a first-hand witness in court, a first-hand witness to a murder that had only seen an image of the crime scene? I rather think not. Complete and utter rubbish, isn't it? All of this. So, it's really not looking good, is it? We're getting the same repetitive rubbish. Danny Sheehan, Ross Coulthard. I actually saw John Greenwald Jr. Put out a video this week, I think. And much respect to Mr. Greenwald Jr. And he said, you know, Ross Coulthard tells us he knows where this thing is. I've said this many times, but he won't tell us where it is. You know, why not just tell us where it is? It'll put the matter to bed, won't it? He won't need all his contacts if it turns out to be the real thing. That's how confident he is that it's bullshit. He knows it's not going to be the real thing. He's not going to say where it is because it'll kick a big dent in their credibility. And he may lose the contacts that have given him this bullshit in the first place. But as it's bullshit, they're not worth having, are they? Now, something actually that John Greenwald Jr. said that I don't agree with, and I think this might have been on the last video or the one before, and he said that he thinks there's something to it, and that people that say it's all rubbish, there's nothing to it, are clueless. Now, I don't agree with that. I'm 68 years old. I've been looking into this since I was 21, and I have found zero tangible evidence to support any of it. So I don't think I'm clueless at all. All I'm saying is, if it's happening, prove it. Show me some tangible evidence. And I've said before, UAP and UFO clouds the issue. We're not interested in UFOs and UAPs. See something in the sky, I don't know what it is. It's a UFO, it's a UAP. They're real. That doesn't mean they're ET. We're only interested in, is ET coming here? Forget UAP, UFOs, concentrate on ET. We only want to hear from people that have hands-on experience with ET, biological or technological material. And if they're claiming that, they should be able to prove that with tangible evidence that can be peer-reviewed by several independent, respected universities and confirmed to be extraterrestrial materials. That's all I'm asking for. So I don't think I'm clueless at all. And I think people that go chasing UAPs and fuzzy images and all this sort of stuff, they're a lot more clueless than I am. Because it could be anything. It doesn't mean it's ET. That said, much respect for Mr. Greenwald Jr. Does an excellent job. He certainly puts far more effort into this than anybody else, I think, in this field. Certainly a lot more than I do. I look at a few YouTube videos and put an opinion out once every couple of weeks. Put a bit of logical thinking, critical thinking to what I'm seeing and then comment on it. That's it. So, you know, I've got to stop saying you know as well. So there's a new UAP hearing on the 13th next week. What's that? It's going to be Wednesday, is it? 13th? With 4 new witnesses. Very disappointing list of witnesses. Lou Elizondo. We know we can put a line through Lou Elizondo. Complete bullshit. Anything he says is complete and utter bullshit. Want to see a picture of a chandelier? Now, Chris Mellon was going to go and be a witness in this hearing as well, but he couldn't find his... he lost his image of his party balloon, you know, the one he showed last time. Admiral Galladay Complete and utter waste of time. You know, we saw his appearance at the Soul Foundation. I know we're interacting with several ET species. You know, how do you know, Admiral? Well, I've been told. You know, zero tangible evidence. And the same will be true for his USOs. You know, there could be anything. Complete waste of time. You know, he's got a bit of a wacky family as well, hasn't he, Admiral Galladay? Remote viewing, is it? You know, telepathy claimed. Come on, really? So the first two you can just put a line through. Complete waste of time. Former NASA Associate Administrator Michael Gold. Now, Mr. Gold might be worth listening to. I think Arrow would have spoken to him, of course, and Arrow tells us there's nothing to it. They've looked into every program and every compartment. There is no ET material. They would have spoken to NASA and said, do you have any evidence of ET coming here? And NASA would have told them no, which is then repeated by Arrow. They're giving us the information that they got from NASA and others. So Mr. Gold is not going to be saying they've got tangible evidence of ET visiting this planet. That's the bottom line. So don't expect anything too much from Mr. Gold. And journalist Michael Schellenberger, just put a line through Mr. Schellenberger. He's just a UFO fanboy. Complete waste of time. So, you know, Mace and Tim Burchett and the others, they were getting together this other hearing, but it's going to be a complete and utter waste of time. It's not going to be. It's not going to further. We're not going to get anything more than we got from the last one. I've seen this. I've been told this. You know, I've seen this fuzzy image. You know, it's going to be absolute rubbish. Unless they get people in there that are claiming to have first-hand experience with extraterrestrial, biological or technological materials, like Hal Puthoff and Eric Davis, subpoena those guys, get them in there and demand they prove their claims, their fanciful claims, with tangible evidence that can be verified by respectable universities as extraterrestrial, biological or technological material. That's what needs to happen. This other stuff is fluff. Senator Mace, wasting your time. We can tell that Mace did not get a list of people from Grush. He was going to give her a list of people that she could talk to. After the last one, last year. Where are they? All these witnesses are running away and hiding under the table because they don't want to be killed. Grush came forward for his own protection. Come on, guys, think about it. Critical thinking. It's all rubbish. All of it. There has to be an excuse for them not to be able to come and talk to anybody that can verify what they're saying. Well, I'd love to tell you, you know, I've got a flying saucer in a shed. I can't tell you where it is. I might be killed. And you've got people like Elizondo and Grush and, you know, all these other people all over every social media platform and television station on the face of the earth telling everyone it's going on. It's complete and utter rubbish, isn't it? Absolute rubbish. Grush has disappeared. Nolan seems to have disappeared as well. I think he was a little bit surprised that no one believed his aliens in the bedroom story, you know, for weeks on end. Aliens at the bottom of the bed. Oh, shall I tell Mum? Oh, they're not saying it. They're just standing there watching me holding my teddy. Well, they're looking through the windows at me. Night after night after night. Put the teddy on the other shoulder. After night after night after night. They don't communicate with him. Doesn't tell his parents, doesn't wake his brother. Does anybody find that remotely credible? Well, personally, I don't. And he was just about to start work at Stanford as a professor, and an alien appeared in his bedroom and communicated with him telepathically. Who on earth, no pun intended, would believe that? It's drivel, isn't it? Absolute drivel. Next time you get visited, Mr. Nolan, get a selfie with your mate, your alien mate. You've got aliens at the bottom of the bed, take a picture. Looking through the window, take a picture of them. Let's at least see something. Might give us a good laugh. Get some ET party balloons, you know, on strings outside the window. So they bobble around a bit. Give him a bit of motion. So there we go, complete and utter rubbish. A short one actually this week. It's only, what, 16 minutes. Haven't got very many notes. As I've said, nothing's going on. You know, I've looked at the usual YouTube channels and it's rubbish. It's just fluff, regurgitated bullshit, extremely weak bullshit. I think one or two of them are actually beginning to come to the conclusion that it is in fact all bullshit, as they should. You know, if they're capable of logical thought and critical thinking, you know, it doesn't doing it day after day, week after week, looking into this stuff and finding nothing should be telling them something. I think personally. So there we go. That's a wrap up, I think, for this one. Nice short one, but yeah, I was going to mention Simon Hogwash, but I think he deserves his own video. The upset he's caused with the MSM and all that sort of stuff. I'll do a separate video about Simon Hogwash and why you should not be wasting your time with the fake professor. As always, if you've struggled through the video all the way to this point, assuming you can still hear me, the breeze has picked up again. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and maybe I'll catch you again.